It started with this guy. My mama introduced us to one day. And you know, us, me and my sister, us being us, we were looking at him like we were gonna like find him and we were gonna like beat him up or something because we're not used to our mother being the type of person to come home like all happy with somebody. We so used to seeing her alone because our mother is a single mother. Turns out, like, throughout the month, he was a really good guy. He accepted my mother. He accepted our mother, and he accepted us. And he treated us like we were his own children. It was February 2nd, 3:33 in the morning. I remember that with my bad memory. But I heard my mom it was in the room. It was in the like living room. I heard my mom in the living room and I was just sitting there like I just heard weird like whale sounds and stuff and I was just sitting there like, oh, they're playing around. So I'm trying to go back to sleep, but for some reason it was like something wouldn't let me go back to sleep. My sister was next to me on the left side of the bed, knocked out for school. So I got up to use the restroom, and my auntie came by and looked at me with bloodshot eyes saying, I'm so sorry. First thing came to my head was, oh no, that's my grandma. What happened to my grandma? And that's when she told me that he got killed. At the time, I didn't hear that. I heard that he got hurt and he was in the hospital. My brain sent to that the truth. And I spent that whole day. When I came back home, she told my sister, and I remember my sister falling on the floor and crying. You did. You fell over and started crying, and mama was hugging you. And that's when I realized that he wasn't in the hospital. He wasn't here at all. He's never coming back.
Noticing and seeing my baby sister grieving, I guess, like, cause one time she had came home from going with her auntie to a park, and she was crying, and her auntie said that she had saw a man playing with his daughter and a couple of other children in the park, and she thought about her dad. So yeah.
It's like you feel like you okay. You feel like you're perfectly fine. And then one day I was just talking with my sister at night, and then she was asking me about my dad, and I was telling her about my dad. And I was telling her about her dad, because her dad's a cool dude. And she was like, wait a minute. She was like, Jan, I looked at her and I was like, what? She said, where's mine? And I thought I was okay, but I fell apart, and she didn't know why I was breaking down so hard about that. She really didn't know.
I was grieving for these girls because I really hadn't introduced anyone to my children like that and brought them into their lives. And the first time that I decided to do that, that's what happened. So I felt guilty. I felt like it was my fault that my daughters were hurting so bad. I was grieving for my unborn child. Because I knew one day she was gonna, grow up and want to know where her father was. And then look at what you have to tell them. My mom and my sister, they couldn't take seeing me the way I was anymore. So they suggested counseling and found us a counselor. I thought counseling was ridiculous. Nobody in the hood I knew of would go to a counselor. So, you don't see a lot of people doing it. You think, what are they going to do? They're just going to talk to you. My daughters, they were young, so they may not have felt like it did a lot of good for them. But it really helped me out. It helped me out a lot going through what I was going through. Counseling, it may work for you, it may not. But if you are in a state of depression where you just feel like you no longer want to be here yourself, or you just want to lay somewhere, I had to force myself, think about these girls so that I could force myself to get out of bed to go take a bath. I had to force myself to go brush my teeth, force myself to go use the bathroom, force myself to eat. It was a struggle for a long time. I could not think for myself. I had a friend of mine, close friend of mine, Tracy, and my family, that they were right there. So when I was thinking about something or heard something, I talked to them and they would let me know whether it made sense or not, because I couldn't do it on my own at that time. Not only am I going to forever have the memories of what these girls went through, what I went through, and the fact that that child, her heart is broken. Every time she sees a father playing with their kids or something, it breaks her heart. She breaks down, she cries. And I had no idea that. I knew that she might be bothered some, but I didn't know it was going to be that bad, because I was pregnant with her when he passed. Try counseling. You know, if you can't do it alone, don't do it alone. Don't worry about what other people may think about you if you go to counseling, or what she says about counseling. She went and it didn't help her. You are your own person. Do what's best for you, because grief is no joke. Everybody that has lost somebody that they love close to them knows that grief is no joke. So,
well, they can talk to us.
Yeah, we're here. It's gonna be hard.
It's gonna suck.
You're gonna cry a lot. At times, you're gonna just feel down. You're not gonna be wanting to be bothered. And people, please be mindful of what you say to somebody who just suffered a loss. I was told things like you gotta snap out of it like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks after he passed, and I found out I was pregnant also. You gotta snap out of it.
Like, share, and subscribe. No.
What that is?
The heart, the Korean heart.
Oh.